Your world is ruled by powerful gods. Zeus, Ares, Poseidon. Only their favor will allow you to build an empire and conquer ancient Greece. Are you ready for an epic clash of myth and legends? My name is Marcin, and this is another episode of Dice on Board. Cyclades is a true board game legend. It first came out in 2009 and was expanded over the years with several expansions that only secured its place as a solid strategy game. But times change, and so do board game trends. That's why, in 2024, we got a refreshed edition that cleans up the rules and brings together the best part of the expansions into one complete modern-looking experience. Cyclades Legendary Edition might look at first like a typical strategy game where you fight for every piece of the land and gather the resources you need to build the power of your empire. Of course, if you spend a little time with it, you'll notice interesting details and clever little twists. But what really makes this game stand out is one very special element: the bidding for the favor of the mighty Greek gods. The main goal is to control 3 metropolises. You can do that in 2 ways, either by building them with a mix of 4 types of buildings: a port, a temple, a university, or a fortress, or by taking them from another player by force. But, like I said, Cyclades Legendary Edition takes place in a world ruled by powerful Greek gods, and only with their favor can players actually take any action. At the start of each round, players choose one of the gods in the pantheon, following the turn order. They do this by placing their marker on the bidding track, showing how much gold they are willing to pay for that god's favor, whether it's Poseidon, the god of the seas, or Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Each god offers different actions, so it's common for several players to want the same powers, like moving their army or increasing their income. The catch is that only one player can use each god. So, if someone wants the same god you do, they have to place a higher bid and outbid you. Each player's budget is secret. The only rule is that you can't place a bid higher than the gold you actually have. In practice, it works like this. Player 1 places a bid on Poseidon, which likely means they want to move their fleet or build port. The next player worries about a possible attack, chooses Ares, who allows you to recruit troops and buy powerful mythical creatures. A third player wants the same god, so they also choose Ares and place a higher bid. That forced player 2 to move to a different god. And if someone is already there, they have to outbid that player as well. This continues until every player, by choice or by the rules, is locked in on a single god. One important rule to remember: if someone outbids you on a god, you can't stay there and simply bid more. You must move to another god first. Only if you get outbid again can you return to original one, and that's often a smart tactic. So when bidding, you're not just thinking about what you can afford, but also about whether someone can outbid you, and whether you have a backup plan if that happens. So, as you can probably guess by now, and you'd be right, the bidding system in Cyclades is a beautiful dance of tactics and bluffing. And in the end, it really is the heart of this now legendary game. On the table, the game looks great. The new edition has received a strong visual refresh, and the version you're watching also comes with well-made miniatures for units and buildings. The cards looks nice as well, and overall, I have no complaints when it comes to production quality. So the question is, does the new edition offers more than just better visuals? And the answer is yes. Much more than just small rule tweaks. First of all, the board is now modular, which means that every game takes place on a different map of Aegean Sea. The second major change is a redesigned bidding phase. It's faster, simpler, and more dynamic. A quick note for veterans. The costs now grow in bigger steps than before. A new goddess, Hera, has been added, allowing players to recruit mercenaries and support their armies. There is also a much larger selection of monsters and heroes, each with unique abilities that can be brought into play. Metropolises now grant additional bonuses, adding another layer of tactical depth. And finally, new game modes were introduced, including team play, like 2 vs 2, and a much more refined mode for 2 players. All of this come together to create a game that maybe didn't need a new edition, but definitely benefits from it. For a long-time fans, it's a tempting upgrade, and for a new players, it's an easy recommendation. In the end, Cyclades Legendary Edition gets an 8 out of 10 from me. It's a solid title that fans of strategy games and Greek mythology will likely enjoy a lot. Why not a higher score? Because some issues from the original game are still here, and a few new ones as well. The 2 players experience is still weaker than games with more players, while at the other end, a full 6-player game can suffer from too much downtime. Combat is still a bit too random for my taste. Even with clear advantage, a single dice roll can ruin the best strategy. And finally, the balance between monsters and heroes isn't perfect. Some feels extremely powerful, while others are simply not worth using. Cyclades Legendary Edition is a successful refresh of a true classic, and a clear reminder that great board games have been hitting the market for well over a decade. Not everything works perfectly here, but this game has never been closer to its ideal form. With a group of 3 or 4 players, the table talk, shifting alliances, and betrayals, the fight for the favor of the gods, and the battles for the control of the Aegean Sea have never felt this tense, exciting, and rewarding. Oh yeah, if you like my work, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, or drop a comment. It really helps the channel grow. See you next time.